All right. I don't know who said what, but I think that's enough. We're gonna have to break this up. All right, girls. Break it up. You shouldn't be doing that, girl. Okay, you go in. No, no, not you. No, not you. In fact, I think I might even have to put Amber in with you, Prim. Amber doesn't act like that. Amber and Prim get along pretty good. Let's get Dahlia out. Dahlia, come on. I don't want that kind of treatment. No. See, too much roughhousing for a pregnant mama. We're gonna pair up Amber and Prim, put these fighting girls. No, you're trying to boss her? Not you, B. All right, you go. You girls go. Whew. We need Miss Prim to not be button heads. And Prim, you need to take it easy, girl. What kind of disagreement did you get into? Huh? See, they're chill. Oh, what? Oh, because I'm here. Okay, well, I'm going to see if that's really the reason. Oh, my goodness. Okay. I've never seen Amber doing that. Okay, now you're out, too. No. Maybe. All right, windy day. Sometimes the windy days can get goats acting weird. But I think I'm going to have to keep her on her own. I'm going to lock up this other pen so she can only go in her birth pen. If she's... What could it be? She isn't bagged up anymore. Why are you getting in fights? Who said what? Who did what? Somebody call somebody a name? Huh? Well, we're going to keep you in here. I don't want no big scuffle fights. You girls, you know how it is. Why are you being nasty, huh? Well, here we have the first wall up, and it's a little larger than the middle point because it's actually made for a 10 by 10, but it can definitely work and make it fit on quite nicely. It'll actually block more of the gap there. Right here, it overlaps, so it'll provide more protection. And it's pretty easy to put up. It's just with Velcro straps. So what makes it so wonderful is at the top, there's a fairly thick and heavy metal rod. It's sewn very well. The material is waterproof, windproof, very thick. And we've used it for over a year and haven't had any trouble in the other one. And then here is also another heavy metal rod, so it doesn't blow around in the wind and scare the animals, which is really great. You can undo all of the little Velcro straps. You can roll it up, and then they have extra loops that you can fasten it rolled up without having to take it down. So in the summer, when you want more airflow, there's not any wind and it's a nice day, you can open the whole thing up. I like to build up the floor in a deep litter method, so that way it does block the very bottom, but I haven't had any deterioration, so far so good. We're really pleased with it. So I was able to get the second one up, and you can see it does overlap, but it's a considerable amount that it does, so it should still keep the weather out nicely. I was able to get the third one up, and I still have some daylight, so already it feels warm in here. It's really surprising that it could, but it does. I just want to mention I was able to do all this on my own. It's obviously a one-person job. It'd be easier with two people and maybe with less interference. But overall, it's something I could do, and I didn't have to drag the kids out into the cold because it is very cold today. And hubby's at work, so something mama can do. That's always good. The chicken's out a little while. They can enjoy, get all those yummy bugs. Somebody's chewing on the Velcro. You never thought to do that before. And here you are, trying to chew my house down. Huh? What you doing, Dahlia? Stop trying to chew on it. So far, so good. This part won't have a covering, but there's enough with all the other. It should be all right. If it gets real bad, I can put something on that too. We'll just have to see. Hard to open this with you on here, Dahlia. Gosh. She doesn't make life easy for me, I'll tell ya. She is such trouble. Now I'm gonna attempt to put the roof part on myself. Either this will be the best idea ever or the worst idea ever. I was able to attach the first corner, and then I attached the second other corner, and then I was able to just like kind of pull this over and attach all that needed to be attached here. So you are able to do this as one person as long as it's not a crazy windy day. So amazingly, a day like this isn't crazy windy right now. It was earlier, frigid cold wind, but I took advantage of a let up and we're getting it done. All right, not too shabby for just being myself and I over here. The only spot where I had some trouble was in the corner. It's really hard to get over there. I can't get my hand in. And also these attach, but it's very hard to get to that. But other than those, it worked out perfectly. So it's gonna be a nice little place in here. We have to put some straw and wood shavings down, and we might have a chance to level out the ground there. We might not. It might make a fun even ground for the baby goats to jump on, so maybe we'll leave it. But that's how it's looking in here. One thing I plan to add is an outdoor camera. We'll probably stick it in the corner over here, and then we'll be able to see the full area. So we'll get that done real quick because I'm starting to get nervous about when she's gonna have those babies. She's bagging up, so it could be any day. Here we have a more or less finished product, and it doesn't look half bad. Not so crooked. If this chicken doesn't dig out the stairway so we can still open it, everything should be pretty fine for this delivery. Well, James is on his way to Boise.
I am.
He's gonna make a name for himself over there in Idaho. If that isn't a final sound, I don't know what is. All right, James, we're gonna watch you drive off.
All right.
All right.
I'll come back.
Yes, you gotta come back.
Well,
I want lots of pictures and letters and messages.
will do.
Okay, I love you. We love you.
Love you too.
Drive
Bye.
safe.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for staying a while.
There he goes. All right, bye.
All right, bye. We love you.
Love you, bye.
Drive safe. There you go. Hemi cat, are you nice and warm? I don't know. I'm not prepared. I'm prepared. You managed to make a mini snowball. Oh.
It's very workable.
Oh my goodness. This should be interesting. We only have 4 days until her due date.
So if we get a storm like that one again, then we Oh, look at these cheers.
Yeah, they said it would be a flurry. And it's this, yeah, it's a little flurry. What? It's like Dippin' Dots.
Wait, eat some.
No, that's dirty, gross. Don't eat it. Come on. Dahlia doesn't know what to make of it.
The
Boys.
like to know.
I'm surprised they're out. Look at their little area. Fun. This guy will not even give up wearing his flip-flops in the middle of a snowstorm.
That's not true.
That
wear
is
flip-flops
true.
in the snow.
I've seen it. So here's the snow, right? Here's the snow. And then coming over here, who do we have? Who do we have? Well, guys, I woke up this morning and I looked at my Prim Cam, and there she was pressing her head against the fence, and it looked like she was having a contraction. So I think she may be in labor. She was in her pen yesterday. I kept her away from the other girls because they were getting a little rowdy with her, and I didn't quite understand why. But it could have been that they could sense that she was ready. And maybe she could sense it and had no patience for them. But either way, she was doing really well. We kept our eye on her, and then this morning I look and she's pressing her head against the side of her pen and looking like she's having some contractions off and on, kind of hunching. So we need to get down there, get ready. It's a very cold day. It's in the 30s. So I don't want those babies out in that cold either. So we got to keep our eye on her, make sure she's handling everything well and things go well. All right, let's see how it goes. She's real vocal right now, but she does want to eat, I think, which is a good sign. All right, let's see. Let's see how your legs look, Pam. She probably just wants out. She's been eating. See if she'll let me. She does look like she's dropped. She looks a little hollowed out right here. And overall, I feel like she has dropped. And not too much of a bag up. Oh, but it's pretty tight for her. Not too much. Let's check her ligaments. Oh. You see that? I feel like there's still some there. Maybe not really. No discharge. And her bag isn't totally tight. Plus, she's eating. So, if she is in labor, I think it's a real early labor. But I do see she's dropped. Most certainly. I don't know if it's picking up here, but she's just hollow right here. And on the other side, that's her rumen. So right side rascals, left side lunch. And right now, just as I am, you're looking at right side rascals, and then left side lunch. So, okay. Well, she's moving along. Maybe she has another day or so. I don't know with these goats. But thankfully, we do have Cam here, and we're able to keep our eye on her. And I am gonna keep her down here. It's so cold. Even her water froze here in the bucket. So, you know, it's starting to warm up. The sun's coming out. It is early. I still have to milk the girls. So you holding them in there for a little while, okay, girl? Oh, she wants more food, even though she has some. Well, that's Prim for you. She wants to eat it out of here. You eat that out of there, sweetie. All right. Okay, we're watching. We're all set up. We're ready to go for you. Them babies. She was just standing here pressing her little head. Well, we are officially 1 day away from our darling Prim's due date. And I checked on her this morning. I also check on her all night long. Throughout the night, I usually wake up a couple times through the night and I check on her. Well, she has zero interest in acting like she's going to go into labor. She really just wants to come out right now, but because she's only 1 day away from her actual due date, I'm going to have her stay inside the doe area and not let them roam, so that at least they'll be close by her and she could see them. But I think she's not giving me any signs. Oh, good. She turned around. You can see she has dropped a little, but I feel like her ligaments almost came back. And she's not acting starry-eyed and ready to blow. So she's not acting like it's time yet. So I think I could go into town, take Blake to a class that he does, and I'll just have to keep checking on her, and if she changes her behaviors, I'll have to rush home. But she's got no mucus, and she's backed up but not tight, and she's not, you know, breathing heavy or doing any of the behaviors. I mean, a couple days ago she was acting like maybe she had some discomfort and she might have had a few contractions, but you ladies know how it goes. Like, you know, have a couple contractions a few weeks before, so I guess that's all that was. And I guess girly goats have that too. And Dahlia wants to eat my sweater. I wish I could have Dahlia in with Prim, but then Dahlia was getting a little too bossy. I think Prim doesn't have the patience for it. And they were all fighting the other day, so I started keeping her separate from the other girls. And she's been sleeping in here really well. She's not bothered by being put to bed in here at all. And since she did have her first kidding at night, none of our other girls have kidded at night, but since her first kidding was in the evening, I really don't want to have her kidding in with the other girls and not separate where she can focus on what she needs to do. So she's doing great. She's not under any stress, and she's just patiently waiting, you know, which is really good. Right, Prim? You're comfy? She's not having any signs of any kind of issues. So just be patient, keep a good eye on her, and we might have to run home. Now over here, I just started drying off Luna because she is 1 month and 10 days from her due date. She's looking really big. Luna is very dairy, so she gets really wide. And look at that. She's got 1 month and 10 days to go, and look at how wide she is already. But she shrinks right back down after she kids, so. Sorry, that chicken's being loud. Oh, and then over here, Miss B is in heat and driving the boys wild. Aren't you, Miss B? So I'm gonna have to put her in here. She didn't even want to get milk. She just wanted to stand by the boys. But if I tell her cookies, she might come. Nope, see, she just wants to be over there teasing. Well, one day to go on Prim, and this is about the time where I start to get real nervous. Right, cowboy? Yeah, it's hard to wait out this part. Morning. It is January 12th, and we are one day past due with little Miss Prim here. She is just sitting pretty. I'm really hoping that she does give birth today. It is such a warm day compared to how it's been. So if she was holding out for a nicer day, today's the day. Of course, she's interested in getting her feed there, so we'll give her a little of her grain and then see her. I wouldn't say she's much more bagged up. Of course, she doesn't want me to touch. She is for her like a little bit of a pop, but not like how Miss B got when she was ready to birth. Of course, Miss B has a completely different udder type, I feel. And no mucus that I can detect. It's not puffy. Her ligaments are still probably there. It's always hard. I don't know if I'm good at checking ligaments, honestly. But I do feel like the other day, like I mentioned, that she dropped. So it's hopefully going to be today because it's the 12th. One day past her official due date. And I hate keeping her by herself in here, but she's really been fine with it. So just be patient. But like I said, today is really warm. The hose didn't even freeze last night. And the sun's out, and it's a beautiful day to give birth in January on our homestead. So please do it. These girls are ready to get out and see this lovely day. We've been having such cold weather, and nobody likes that around here. But it's a real warm one. There's no wind. Oh, there's nothing in there, Luna. There's nothing in there, sweetie. These girls are hungry. Let's get the boys some hay. They're ready to get milked. Well, Luna's not getting milked anymore. Let's go give the boys their hay. Oops. Oh! The girls are eating. Okay, there we go. Everybody's chowing down except Amber. I like to put a hay bale here when the weather's real nice, because then the girls can just nosh on it in the sun. But of course they'd rather be over here eating with the boys. Eventually I'm going to have to run down and collect those buckets over there. I'm just so grateful for this warm weather. It must be in the, I feel like it's in the high 30s, maybe even the 40s. I'll have to check on that. In which case I would say, well done, Prim. You did the right call. Keeping those babies in, because we had some really frigid temperatures, and with the wind, nobody wants to birth a baby in that weather, including me. So her and I were worried about it, I think. And I think she said, not my babies. No siree, my babies are gonna get born on a warm day like today, right, Prim? Yes? Yeah, girl? Yeah. You give them those babies even though you're not even fully bagged up? Are you gonna make them wait? We'll find out. I've had my birthing kit here waiting. I've got puller. I have jump start for the babies in case there's any kind of worrisome issues when they're first out of the gate. Of course, I have my ball sucky and towels, gloves. Oh, and I have hand sanitizer. But I have it all here ready to go. So, you know, all I have to do is get word and I'm ready. You know, I feel kind of bad. I think I'm just going to let her out in this beautiful sun. She can have a little more space to her friends, and then maybe that'll perk her up and get her going. I don't want to keep her cooped away. So that way, I don't want the other girls with her though, because I think they'll go right into, you know, bumping her. So I'll do that. I closed off the other pen so that she can't go in there and give birth without me knowing. Hopefully she'll decide to go in here to give birth, and I'll see on the cam she doesn't hide away somewhere. I'd hate to miss it. I check on her very frequently, especially as time goes on. But that way they could get a little more herd time in together without her being in the danger zone of being butted with those babies. Although, hey, maybe I should let her do a little button around with the girls, and then that might get her going, and we might get those kids out that way. But I don't think so. No, we don't want that. Yeah, that warm sun, that's good for her. All right, well, hopefully it's any time now. So let's talk about our plans for this spring. Right now we have, of course, Prim is due, and she's actually overdue. Prim's overdue, and she should have kidded, well, by the calendar yesterday, but she's smart. She waited till a really warm day, so she's gonna kid today. I just know it. Probably not, but hopefully. And then coming up we have, so Luna is due February 20th, and hopefully everything will go well with her. So far she's looking real big. I don't ultrasound, so I don't know how many she has, but she is a very dairy doe, so she gets very wide. But we have Amber, and Amber had to be rebred, and her due date should be in April. And I'm hoping that she is pregnant, but I thought maybe there was a day a couple weeks back where she seemed like she went into heat again, and I did not rebreed her because I don't want to have her go into labor and have, you know, the heavy months of pregnancy be during our summer here, and going into May it's just a little dicey. So if she didn't take, then we're gonna have to try her when we breed Miss B and Dahlia for the first time, hopefully to Prim's buck. If she gives us a buck, we'll likely to keep a buck from Prim and use that buck to breed to Dahlia, and who knows, maybe even Amber. but certainly dahlia. I'm so excited to see a dahlia prim combination. That's our plan. Hopefully it all goes well. So far we've been really blessed with this warm day, and maybe that'll continue. That would be wonderful. Goats.